He is still a quarterback league, and the best quarterback in that league in the AFC is Mahomes. The second best is Burrow. The third best is Josh Allen. So if you have
Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
From the
I know who the hell you're talking about. I know he's with the New York. I know.
Agree with you. They think it's Lamar.
Oh, no way. He's not better than Josh Allen.
Yes, he is.
Oh, no, he's no way.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is. You don't think
an
Josh
incredible
Allen's
talent,
Lamar?
but makes too many mistakes.
Oh, yes.
But makes too many mistakes. The game changer, but he makes too many mistakes.
Let me ask you this way. Has Lamar played a playoff game as well as Allen has played in 2 games against Kansas City?
Never.
So then how can he be better than Josh Allen?
That old man up front, he is starved for attention. He would talk the cashier's head off.
There's an interesting story behind this, Nickel. In 1957, I remember it was, I got up in the morning and made myself a piece of toast.
Woof, woof. Look, a mad dog. He's certainly mad at Lamar Jackson. That's for sure. This is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about how Lamar Jackson is ready to take over the NFL playoffs. Remember, Lamar Jackson has been criticized by a lot of people for his previous performances in the NFL playoffs. However, the Ravens also have Derrick Henry on their roster now, as they didn't have him in previous seasons. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So, here it is. Will Lamar Jackson end up winning a Super Bowl for the Ravens this season? I'm going to say yes to that question. It's time to believe in the Baltimore Ravens, and they're going to get the job done this year. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, the game plan for them should be very simple. You got to hand the football off to Derrick Henry as many times as possible. Derrick Henry should be averaging at least 25 carries a game during the next 4 weeks. Why do I say that? Because Derrick Henry is one of the best running backs in the National Football League. There is no other running back other than Saquon Barkley playing better football than him at his position. Derrick Henry can take over games running the football. And why did you sign Derrick Henry in the first place? So he can take over games in January. Derrick Henry is great for cold weather football. And obviously, if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you want to be the tougher team. Derrick Henry can take over a game like almost no other running back. He is definitely the biggest running back in the National Football League. He can run the football at a high level. And if you're Lamar Jackson, you got to be able to lean on the run game in order to be great in the NFL playoffs. We understand that Lamar Jackson is one of the best quarterbacks in the regular season, but playoff Lamar Jackson has not been good. You look at how Lamar Jackson has been receiving criticism during past seasons because he didn't get the job done. Every year that we've seen Lamar Jackson in the NFL playoffs, he's always ended the season with a dud. Well, that narrative is going to change this year because he has a great running back to lean on in the running game. He's going to make game plans for the Baltimore Ravens really simple. You hand the ball off to Derrick Henry at least 25 times a game. You also give Lamar Jackson another 5 to 10 rushes, or then whatever amount of rushes are left, you go ahead and give to the other running backs, or maybe you use it on a jet sweep. If you're the Baltimore Ravens, you're not thinking about throwing the football more than 20 or 25 times a game. That's not because I don't believe in Lamar Jackson, the passer. That's because I believe less is more. When Lamar Jackson throws the ball less, he is actually more efficient. Lamar Jackson is not one of those quarterbacks you want to see throwing the ball 35 to 40 times a game. It's not because Lamar Jackson can't do it at a high level. It's because Lamar Jackson works best when you're only throwing the ball 20 to 25 times a game. You obviously feed Derrick Henry the football. You low manage Derrick Henry's carries in the regular season because you were trying to save energy for Derrick Henry come playoff time. But now we're in the playoffs. There is nothing to save anymore. You got to get the football to Derrick Henry as often as possible. We talked about the Ravens not running the football enough last year, and they were saying stuff like, oh, we didn't trust our running backs to get the job done. I remember the Baltimore Ravens losing in the AFC Championship game last year because they only ran the ball 6 times in that ball game. That narrative better change. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens on the opening drive against the Steelers in the NFL playoffs, there need to be at least 6 scripted runs in that opening drive. You need to pound the ball with Derrick Henry and send a message to the rest of the NFL that we're coming, we're the tougher team, and we're going to get the job done. I also want to show you guys this clip of Domonique Foxworth talking about how this year is a Super Bowl or bust year for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Obviously, he is putting pressure on Lamar Jackson to get the job done for the Ravens in terms of getting them a Super Bowl trophy. Roll the film.
If I said it is Super Bowl or bust for Lamar Jackson right now, Is that fact or fiction?
Absolutely fact. I mean,
yeah.
I guess it depends on what you mean by bust, but yeah, Lamar Jackson is at that level. There are quarterbacks in this league that get to the level that have accomplished so much that getting a playoff win, getting to a championship game, like this doesn't matter for him, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. These guys that are at that level is what anytime they enter the playoffs, that is what their mindset should be. So it's ridiculous how early in his career he's got to the point where there's nothing he can do short of winning a Super Bowl that will impress us at this point, but he is there.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Once again, the media is moving the goalposts for a guy like Lamar Jackson. First, it was, oh, he can't pass the football effectively at the NFL level. Now it's, oh, he couldn't win a game in the playoffs. Now they won a game in the playoffs. Oh, he couldn't win a game in the divisional round. He needs to learn how to get to a championship game first. That's what he did the following year. Guess what? Oh, that's not good enough anymore either. You need to go ahead and go to a Super Bowl and win it. Domonique Foxworth is the classic example of a guy in the mainstream media moving the goalposts for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson doesn't need to win a Super Bowl in order to validate his greatness. Anybody that watches football knows Lamar Jackson is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game of football. Dan Marino only played in one Super Bowl, but that doesn't discount his greatness at the NFL level. All these guys keep talking about Lamar Jackson needs to win a Super Bowl in order to validate his greatness. No, he doesn't. It would be nice if Lamar Jackson won a Super Bowl or got to a Super Bowl, but that wouldn't invalidate his greatness. We all know Lamar Jackson is the second best quarterback in the NFL right now. If you're Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, I don't think they care all that much about whether or not Lamar Jackson wins the third MVP award. They care more about, can you get the job done in the NFL playoffs? And Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, are going to say yes to that question. They're going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the NFL playoffs. They probably couldn't have drawn up an easier wild card matchup in the AFC side because they know the Pittsburgh Steelers are a reeling football team. They don't have momentum on their side. If you're the Baltimore Ravens, you pound that rock with Derrick Henry as often as possible. And then you look at the next matchup the Baltimore Ravens will probably be playing against in the AFC divisional round. It's probably going to be the Buffalo Bills. I believe they're going to beat the Buffalo Bills in the NFL playoffs as well. The Bills have trouble stopping the run, and quite frankly, the Bills roster really isn't that good outside of Josh Allen, James Cook, and a few decent players on the Buffalo Bills. But when you compare roster to roster, talent to talent, player to player, the Ravens are a better football team than the Buffalo Bills. And also remember that the Ravens beat the Bills earlier in the year as well. Expect that trend to stay the same. I got the Baltimore Ravens getting out of the AFC divisional round with a victorious victory over the Buffalo Bills, which means they're going to the AFC championship game. I'm expecting them to play the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Kansas City Chiefs, although they've been a very good team this year, they haven't been a great team this year, which means what? If you're the Baltimore Ravens, you feed that football to Derrick Henry as often as possible, and you let Lamar Jackson make the key plays in the key moments. Therefore, that's going to help the Baltimore Ravens get victorious. And let's get real. If the Baltimore Ravens get to the Super Bowl, they're going to beat anybody in the NFC side. The Baltimore Ravens are coming out of the Super Bowl with a victorious victory. Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh are going to get the job done for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is going to win his first Lombardi trophy. John Harbaugh is going to win his second Lombardi trophy. I'm excited to see what the Ravens can do in the NFL playoffs. They can run the football better than anybody else. They can also throw the football almost better than anybody else as well. Their defense is getting hot at the right time, and Justin Tucker has finally got his kicking mojo back. He has decided to finally stop missing kicks for the Baltimore Ravens. And when Justin Tucker isn't missing kicks and the defense isn't getting torched on a weekly basis, this Ravens team is pretty much unbeatable. They're getting red hot at the right time, and I think more people need to recognize that. I'm excited to see what the Ravens do. They're going to be a dangerous team in the NFL playoffs, and they're going to come out of the season with the Super Bowl victory. Believe it in the Baltimore Ravens. So that is why Lamar Jackson will end up winning a Super Bowl this season for the Ravens, as he will prove his haters wrong once again. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking. Like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I'm gonna shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @DustinNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNashTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.